So you've been hurt at work in Virginia or North Carolina, and you have an ongoing Virginia or North Carolina workers' compensation case. You live out in the country. It's kind of hard to get to your doctor. Your doctor's pretty far away. Your physical therapy appointments are pretty far away. As we all know, at the time that I'm recording this, in the summer of 2022, gas prices have gone through the roof. So, and assuming you're under an award or an accepted claim, you're already only getting 2/3 of your average weekly wage. So you're having to live on less money already. And now the gas prices have gone up, so what are you supposed to do? I'm Joe Miller, workers' compensation attorney in both Virginia and North Carolina. That's what we're here to discuss today, medical mileage reimbursement. You can get money reimbursed to you for the mileage that you incur from heading to your medical appointments. Now, the bad news is that no, you can't get it in advance. You have to actually claim it on special forms that I'm going to show you in a minute. The other bad news is that there's really no set date by which the insurance company has to pay you or reimburse you for the money that you incur in going to these appointments. If it's been submitted, if you submit these forms and the mileage hasn't been remitted to you in a reasonable amount of time, whatever that means, then if we were representing you, we would file an appropriate motion to make sure you get your reimbursement. But we would have to prove that it's really been an unreasonable amount of time and that we've bugged the insurance company, or the defense counsel, as the case may be, enough to justify us filing a motion. How is this done? The first step is to keep track of your doctor, physical therapy, and other medical trips that are related to your claim. Okay? If you have access to a smartphone or computer, and you can you can go on Google Maps and get a pretty good estimate of the distance, and this is going to prove important. You need to get the mileage distance between your residence and wherever you're going to your doctor's appointments, and then you got to keep track of how many appointments you have and when the dates were and all that. And just so we're clear here, this reimbursement, this medical mileage reimbursement, is only for treatment, okay? Going to the pharmacy to get your medication and that kind of thing, that does not count towards medical mileage. If you have to go through tolls, if you live in a place where you have, tolls that you have to pay for going on expressways or going on bridges or tunnels or what have you, those can be reimbursed as well. You just have to save your receipts, okay? So that's the first step. Keep track of everything, get your mileage. The next step is either if we're representing you, via our firm or online at the Virginia Workers' Compensation Commission website or the North Carolina Industrial Commission website. There are appropriate forms that you need to obtain to submit your mileage on these forms. And if we're representing you, we would submit it to the insurance company to get your reimbursement. Now, if you're not represented, even though they are official forms, I just want to caution you, do not submit those forms to the commission, okay? That's the official body that, is overseeing the whole workers' compensation system. They're not the ones that are going to pay you, okay? The insurance company who is, handling the claim, who is paying out your checks every week, they're the ones that are going to reimburse you. So that, either through them directly if they're not represented, or through their attorney if they are represented, the defense attorney, that's who you want to submit these forms to. And if you're able to save up a few visits, if you don't have to get immediate, reimbursement for each and every visit, if you're able to wait a few, it's better to kind of do a cluster of them at once, and then submit your forms. So in North Carolina, and I'll show you this, this is called a 25T. That is the name of the form. I don't know if you can see it on here, Mr. Editor. Maybe you could show our folks a better version of this. You can see on the 25T there that he's showing you, you've got to fill out all the stuff about your employer's name, address, and all that stuff, and your name and address. You've got a place up on the upper right-hand corner for the IC number. That is the number under which the case is proceeding. If you don't know all that stuff, you can probably get it through the commission. It should be on any documents relating to your claim that you've received from the commission. You should have all that information. And then they want to see the date, the medical provider, where you went, and the total miles round trip. Virginia has a similar form. It's called the Transportation Travel Expense Form. And it's basically the same kind of thing that you got in North Carolina. And again, both of these need to be submitted to either the carrier or the defense attorney to get your reimbursement, as the case may be. A little detail about North Carolina. In North Carolina, you must have a minimum 20 miles round trip to your healthcare provider in order to get reimbursed, okay? We don't have that in Virginia, but in North Carolina, that's the minimum. So what amounts are paid? So that varies from time to time based on the consumer price index or whatever, whatever accountants rely on to claim mileage. And this is a known figure. And it's also contained, if you get the latest version, let's say, of the 25T in North Carolina, it'll actually have the current mileage reimbursement on there. And currently, Virginia and North Carolina have the same amount. As of right now, which we're in August of 2022, the current rate of reimbursement is 62.5 cents a mile. Now, it was much lower than that before, but right now we know gas prices are up. So it's 62.5 cents a mile now. Whenever you're viewing this video, it may be different, it may be lower, it may be higher. Let's hope it's not higher. But that's the amount that you're going to get reimbursed, okay, based on the mileage that you claim for each round trip for each place that you went. Beware, as I said before, there is no set time by which they must pay you this money or reimburse you this money once you submit your forms. So be a little bit patient, but if a few weeks pass after the submission of the form and you're still not paid, if we were representing you, we're going to start bugging the powers that be, the insurance company or the defense counsel, as the case may be. And as long as we can prove that we have bugged them enough and they have failed to respond or pay you your money, and it's been an unreasonable amount of time, whatever that means, then we're able to go ahead and make a motion to force them to pay you that money because you're due that money. I hope this video has been helpful on the issue of medical mileage reimbursement in both Virginia and North Carolina. If you or a loved one been hurt at work, you got any questions whatsoever about this subject or any other subject in workers' comp in either Virginia or North Carolina, please don't hesitate to give us a call. Happy to answer your questions. Happy to talk to you. God bless. Joe Miller out.